Beyond Good and Evil, Part 4, Maxims and Interludes. Chapter 4 of Nietzsche's Beyond Good and Evil is composed of 122 short aphorisms, which are concise statements that are typically only one or two sentences long. This chapter covers a range of themes, and in this video we'll be looking at the themes of philosophical and moral prejudices, the free spirit, which is the new type of philosopher Nietzsche wrote about, and this concept was explored in a previous video, and finally the theme of religion. Firstly, in aphorism 68, Nietzsche writes, "I have done that, says my memory. I cannot have done that, says my pride, and remains adamant. At last, memory yields." This short statement is making the claim that our pride prevents us from seeing who we truly are. It functions as a means of self-deception. So instead, our pride reinforces the self-image that we have created for ourselves. So this statement is making the assertion that there is a stark difference between who we really are and the false created identity that we project and show to the world. Next, in aphorism 108, Nietzsche states that there are no moral phenomena at all, only a moral interpretation of phenomena. Nietzsche takes the stance of moral anti-realism, which is a theory that morality does not exist objectively. Instead, it is just a lens that humans choose to see the world through. It has no objective and real existence. However, choose may not be the right word due to Nietzsche's denial of free will. Instead, he thinks that our choices and the ways which we view the world are determined by subconscious drives and biases that we have no control over. So the moral phenomena that we see in the world are merely just a result of these drives, these subconscious drives, causing a person to interpret things in a particular way. Whereas in reality, no moral phenomena exists. It is purely just a subjective creation. This idea of subconscious drives is elaborated upon in aphorism 117, where Nietzsche writes, "The will to overcome an emotion is ultimately only the will of another emotion or of several others." So our choices are purely just a result of an inner struggle between a whole variety of emotions which we cannot control, and none of which are actually ours, as we have no autonomy over them. Instead, they have autonomy over us. In aphorism 149, Nietzsche writes, "That which an age feels to be evil is usually an untimely after-echo of that which was formerly felt to be good, the atavism of an older ideal." This development in a society's morality shows that they have developed and progressed out of their dark periods and have begun to create themselves anew. In aphorism 158, Nietzsche states, "To our strongest drive, the tyrant in us, not only our reason, our conscience submits." This links back to aphorism 117 in that it states that our choices and the moral decisions we make are purely the result of unconscious and even tyrannical drives within us. In other words, our reason and moral decision making are not the first causes, but are the result of other, much more powerful and tyrannical drives which we are unaware of in our conscious experience. Next, on the theme of the free spirit, the new and greater type of philosopher, Nietzsche writes in aphorism 72 that it is not the strength but the duration of exalted sensations which make exalted men. In other words, the free spirit does not just have a fleeting glimpse of the truth, but rather they live continuously in it and have integrated it into their life. It is what they dedicate their entire lives to. He also writes, "The disappointed man speaks. I listened for an echo and I heard only praise." The disappointed man here refers to the free spirit and how they will proclaim the truths they have learnt to others, and even though they may receive praise from a distance, no one is strong enough and willing to join them on the path and take the risks that they have taken. Not everyone is suited to be a free spirit. An aphorism similar to number 149 is 116, which goes as follows. "The great epochs of our lives are the occasions when we gain the courage to rebaptize our evil qualities as our best qualities." This links to Nietzsche's idea of transvaluation. This is his idea that Christianity has devalued individual traits like power and strength, and it also preaches the repression of natural human instincts. Because of this, Christianity is damaging to the development of great men, according to Nietzsche. Hence, Nietzsche wants these Christian values to be re-evaluated and changed. Next, one of Nietzsche's most well-known quotes is in aphorism 146, which goes as follows: "He who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. And when you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you." This reinforces the idea that only the strongest, only the free spirits can go on this journey and cope with the inevitable suffering and struggles that it brings with it. Next, Nietzsche writes, "To talk about oneself a great deal can also be a means of concealing oneself." This also links to the theme of philosophical prejudices, but it also reveals something about what is needed in the character of a free spirit. This is the idea that it is important for one to have moments of individual contemplation and reflection. By just talking and never silently reflecting, one can avoid coming face to face with aspects of themselves that they don't like. So it is important for the free spirit to be able to contemplate in this manner. Finally, on the theme of religion, in aphorism 104, Nietzsche states, "It is not their love for men, but the impotence of their love for men, which hinders the Christians of today from burning us." He accuses Christianity of causing people to only love their neighbour because, if not, they would be punished in hell. It is not a genuine form of love that they have. He offers another critique of Christianity, where he writes, "Our neighbour is not our neighbour, but our neighbour's neighbour. Thus thinks every people." Nietzsche thinks that one of the problems of Christianity is that it causes people to assume that others will take care of those in need, and so there is no need for oneself to take any action. This idea is also known in modern psychology as the bystander effect. A final aphorism that links back to moral prejudices is number 181, which states that it is inhuman to bless where one is cursed. This is a reference to what Nietzsche has elaborated upon in other works, which is his idea of master-slave morality. This is the idea that those who are weak, lack pride and lack power will tend to curse these traits. They will tend to favour traits like meekness and empathy, as these are traits that actually suit their character. Thank you very much for watching, and be sure to like if you found the video useful and subscribe for more videos. See you next time on Feeling Philosophical, and goodbye.